hate to report, Jimmy's no longer with us on this podcast. He's gone. As Kevin Commonwealth Picker, he how many episodes did he think Jimmy would make it?
I forget what Kevin said, but he lasted 25. That's a good run, right? Or 26.
Yeah.
26, more than 25. Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Well,
couldn't do it. But we found his replacement already. So
I mean, I'm not as good as Jimmy, but I'm gonna try.
Yeah.
But thanks for joining us, guys. This is Buy It All podcast. I'm Ray, Triple R Collections. We got Keith, Vintage Sport Flips, and we have Jay, Big City Flips, joining us.
I like it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm excited to be here, guys.
Yeah.
I really am.
So I know you were on Ray's previous podcast, right? It was a Junk Jaw podcast.
Yes.
And obviously part of the Reseller Lunchbox on Thursdays. So if you guys haven't hung out on Thursday afternoons, what is it, like 12 to 2, right? Is what you guys do generally?
Yep, 12 to 2.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yep. Nice. Yeah, it's a fun time to hang out. Now that I'm done with the warehouse and once I get done with taxes, I look forward to having Thursdays free to just sit down, list, and watch, or maybe come visit one day on the live.
Yeah, definitely want you to join sometime.
Yeah, but taxes is a job in itself, so you got to get that done first.
I dread it. I dread this time of year. And I was happy to be done the warehouse, and I think it couldn't even get like a reprieve where it can go flea marketing or anything today. I had to start diving into numbers, but almost done. Getting there.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely the least favorite part of reselling for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I pretty much I'm one of those people that keep putting it off, and I put it off till maybe a few days left.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I do that every year. Just put it off till the last moment. And then it gets man, and I say to myself, why did I put it off to the last minute? Next year is going to be different. And it never is. It's the same thing.
And especially always when you're doing it, you're like, maybe next year I'm going to work ahead. I'm going to make it easier on myself. No. You always screw your future self every year. Yep.
Every time.
And it always gets more complicated. The more and more platforms you're selling on and live streams and different, 1099s coming in. It never gets easier.
Well, not even that. Some of the platforms that refuse to send a 1099, even though you're within the limits. I've been dealing with that myself. So
yeah.
But
you got to go in and get it yourself.
Well, no, they know. Yeah. They're not even giving me one, so I have to report it no matter what. But
there should be they did that to me a couple years in a row, and I had to go in to find out in their system, and you're able to pull in some of them. I'm trying to remember Whatnot. They didn't give me one at one point in time. I think I did one show for a year or so in 1 year, and I had to go and get to figure out how much I wound up owing. There's, regardless what it is, there is one in there for you.
Not Macari. I've been on their.
I've never done Macari.
Chat with their support, so they act like there's no way for me to get one. So I'm past that point. I just got to move forward without it, I guess.
Oh, and I've been I hate Excel spreadsheets, and you have to download a CSV file from somewhere, and then I didn't have a pay Microsoft Office. I thought I did, so I had to pay for that today, so I could expand the thing, so I could see where the dates were. But it's April's a good time of year for once you're all past that. Then you can just free yard sale season starts. That's the best time of year.
That is.
Well, I mean, what we've all dealt with where it was nice and warm yesterday.
Oh.
And today, what's going on with all this snow? It was 70 degrees yesterday.
Snow.
Yeah. I was walking the dogs and sweating while it was the 70s, right? And today it's snowing outside. At least on the East Coast, and I'm not sure the West Coast or the central part of the country how they're doing, but it's a whirlwind of weather changes here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't look like I think, didn't they say it was a week or about a week till spring or something? First day of spring. It doesn't feel like it.
Yeah, it's March 20th is first day of spring, I believe.
Is it?
Yep.
So we're almost there. All right. Next week.
Yeah.
Doesn't feel like
crazy.
No.
But it's the mid-Atlantic, that's what you deal with when you're dealing with the mid-Atlantic. That weather pattern changes every 15 minutes. No.
Yeah. I was a little relieved today because this was yesterday. If yesterday was today, And I would have been at the flea market, even though I had work to do on my taxes. I would have been there. I was sort of relieved when it was like a miserable morning that like, all right, at least I'm not missing anything. Uh, and I don't need inventory. It looks like Jay down below doesn't need much inventory. It looks like so. I know you have a pretty big warehouse. I hear from
Yeah.
the locker room, or not the locker room, the lunchbox. So what is that all like death pile, or is that all listed, or what's your
Well, I would say 3% is listed.
okay.
The other 97% is not listed. But
Okay.
what we have about a little over 3,000 square foot there, and we have a bottom platform, and then we have stairs that go up to another 400 square foot like office space.
Nice.
But what we do is we get stuff from Walmart's pallets, and other closeouts, Target, and then we bring it into the warehouse, kind of separate it what we could sell on eBay or what other platforms, and the rest we go and we send it and take it to the flea market. So we do a lot of business at the flea market. That's that's kind of an anchor for me to get rid of a lot of stuff, because we're bringing so much stuff in, but we buy so much, but we can't move it as fast as we get it. So we're looking at searching out. We just signed a contract with eBay Live, so we'll be going eBay Live soon. So hopefully that I'm going to try to move more and more product on there.
Yeah, and that's really blossoming now, right? Like the alerts you get on eBay Live, like constant. You think you get a sale, and it's just 5 eBay Live notifications. I don't know how it was, and it was a while back. Maybe it was last year. I tried to apply for eBay Live, and you went through the process, and as soon as you have to enter your followers, it like shut it down immediately. Like nope, don't even bother kind of situation. I don't know. Is that? It seems like there's more people live. Have they lessened those?
I think they apparently when they called us, they said their criteria has changed just a little bit.
Okay,
they're looking at something different. They're looking for people, I guess, to sell in certain categories because they want to boost that up. And they said they want to do more fashion, clothing, but they want to still stay in collectibles area too. So if you had both of those combined, that was like a lovely mix. And we have enough supply of those categories to keep going. So it's not like we're going to run out after 3 or 4 weeks and that's it.
Yeah.
Because I think that Whatnot kind of made a big impact in live selling. So like I take the other night, I do a lot of research, and there was like 88 shows going on. And most of it was cards and comic books, Pokemon and sports cards. And the other 15 people were just like stones and high-end purses, stuff that's not even in our mix. So they're looking for more clothing and then collectibles at the same time. So,
and that there was 88 eBay Lives. Is that you're talking about eBay then? Okay.
That's it. I mean, I believe that's not a lot.
No, not at all.
Right. Because when you go on Whatnot, you might have 88 just in sports cards alone.
Oh yeah. I bet there's 1,000 going on any time at night.
Yeah, at any time.
Yeah. Well, that's cool though. Congrats. That's all exciting, right? To jump into that.
Yeah, I think that it's gonna allow us to move a lot more stuff.
Yeah.
Because, my warehouse is getting just jammed packed, and we're buying every week. So I never slow down on buying.
You'll never be able to get through that death pile of 400,000 items without, I guess, this live. I mean,
it'll never happen.
I don't know.
Without it. I mean, the day it gets down to 20,000, I'll start to worry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's always a new buy around the corner, right? That's easy. The sourcing, unlike what Pegasus Lounge says out there, like the sourcing's the hard part. Where are you going to get your stuff? There's always deals to be had.
Always deals to be had.
Yeah. Yeah. That's not a problem.
No, you had to think this is not a bit. It's a business.
Yeah, absolutely.
Business.
Agree.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. So I wonder, I got to check it out, eBay Live. I've never bought anything on there. I've seen the notifications pop up, and I've looked at a couple shows, but I didn't really know there was only all collectibles, or not much else going on.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if they do get into like the yard sale, estate sale category, which seems like it's super popular on Whatnot, where it's a bit of a catch-all.
Yes,
that'd be a pretty cool thing for eBay to do as well.
Yeah, it would be. I mean, I think So I'm kind of a guy who likes to learn. So I'll do a lot of studying on the eBay Live, and I look in the daytime. Now, in the daytime, there's somebody in that category that sells like I would. They do clothes, which are brand new with tags, not high end, kind of mid to low end clothing, and they'll throw in stuff like Airwick air fresheners, home goods mixed in with the clothing category, and they'll run 12 hours a day, early in the morning to late afternoon, and they do really well. There's about 140, 160 people at any time on their shows, and I'm thinking if I can just get 20% of just that category alone in the daytime or in the afternoon,
Yeah.
maybe even run it at nighttime when nobody's doing it. There's not much competition, and early in the morning, they're usually running anywhere between 15 and 30 shows. That's nothing.
Oh no,
Wow.
absolutely.
No.
And especially, I mean, I don't know. We've all been selling on eBay a long time, I'm guessing. How long have you guys been selling on there?
Well, I've been full time on eBay for 10 years now straight.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm about the same, I think.
So yeah, I'm never been full time, but I've been on there about 20 years. I mean, but putting full time hours in pretty much. But I mean, you build up so many followers on eBay, and I don't really feel like followers mean a ton on eBay like they
Right.
do in other places. A little bit. People get your notifications, but I never even look at those notifications. This seller listed these new items. I never look at that. Maybe other people do. But those followers are probably going to help carry in when you go live, right? That's where that's going to be a help, I believe.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's going to be a big help. And not only that, I hope that so when we spoke to eBay, they said when your first show is running, they're going to push you. So they're just going to they're going to throttle customers to you. And I believe that's going to happen. So I believe that you
Yeah.
got to have the personality. I believe you got to have the product, and I believe you just got to keep it moving and give them what they want in the beginning. And that's where you might gain your followers directly, who's the people
Yeah.
that watch live. And I think the people who are on eBay live, the customers are a little bit older, maybe 35 to say 50. So you're getting a different type of crowd than Whatnot, who is probably, average age 29, 25.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the
And
stuff
that 35 to 50-year-old market has a lot more cash to spend than the 18 to 25-year-olds over and whatnot. So that's
absolutely.
you're going to tap into some more income.
Yep.
Yeah. Maybe that's why eBay bought Depop, because that, I guess, with that age group, that's over there, what I mean, they're obviously spending money. They're going to be continually like growing and getting more money, as they get a little bit older.
Yeah.
So that whole community is probably known as the gain. They're going to be more profitable probably in the long run.
Sure.
Yeah. Yep. And I think we speculated about that when we covered that topic with eBay buying Depop.
Yeah.
That might have been part of the reason to bring that younger crowd over with the clothing. So yeah, that's awesome to get into the eBay Live while it's young.
Yeah.
Because if you build up a following, you're consistent, you're going to be massive. When it does start to blow up.
Yeah, that's my thought process, because it was on Whatnot early on before it like blew up and everybody was able to get into it. And one of the things that I did wrong was not put forth more effort into it, because my shows did really well. My niche was video games and collectibles. I did mostly video games and just got busy in other things and just didn't run as many shows as I should have ran. But if I did, I'd have probably done really, really well in there. And I'm not going to make the same mistake this time on eBay since getting in so early.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Ray, have you? I know you've done some Whatnot shows. Have you done any? I haven't talked to you about if you had done any live since then.
No, it's been quite a while. I had this whole idea that I was gonna like try to liquidate some of my product that wasn't selling very good on eBay. And I tried it a couple times, it just wasn't working out. So I don't know. I still have all that stuff sorted into boxes that I mean, it's actually, some of it's still listed on eBay, but I know exactly where it is. I just changed the inventory location to say like $5 box or something like that.
Okay.
And so I know exactly where it is. So if it does sell, but in the meantime, it's just kind of there sitting there. I don't know. I don't know how I plan on liquidating that and trying to get get that stuff sold. But
Yeah,
I
I mean,
mean, I would,
yeah.
yeah, I would love to figure out the whole thing with live selling, but I just can't figure it out.
Yeah, I mean it's consistency, right? I mean it is to me the challenge is the shipping, and that I'm busy enough that like with my regular shipping and everything else I do that like that extra little like live shipping it just puts me over the top. That can I handle that? But I mean definitely move inventory that way more than anything else.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and you have to buy that inventory really low most times.
Yeah,
Especially. And I'm just hoping, like the way I look at eBay now and get into it when it's young. There's not many people running the same shows as I am. Grab that little customer base, and hopefully they stick around for years to come. Without having
yeah,
to jump into like Whatnot now. Like if I jump back into Whatnot, I only have like 1,000 followers on Whatnot, and if I jump back in, those people are not just gonna hurry back in over to me, or
yeah,
so I'm gonna have to build up another following. It's gonna be low and slow, and I might have to take a loss on some items. But it's
yeah.
like I said, it's consistency.
Yep. Absolutely.
yeah,
I heard we talked about it on my card channel. There was some controversy over there and whatnot. Some of the big breakers will run giveaways to get followers. I don't even know if eBay Live has giveaways. Maybe they do. But they would run giveaways to get followers. And then the person who wins the giveaway, they would immediately cancel the transaction and block that user. So they would like never give anything away. They would just run the giveaway to get the followers. And the one person who wins, you're blocked and you don't get anything. I mean, that's crazy that happens, but I guess it's it can't be good for your name and
No,
your
no,
reputation.
mm-mm. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
no. That's crazy.
That's
I
where
mean,
integrity comes into play.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now, like, I'm just thinking too, because like Jay, you with the stuff that you get, obviously, I think you're probably going to have a lot of success at this because you've already accounting that you're selling this stuff you're getting, on live. You know what I mean? You're purposely getting it to sell on live. And I think that really, really helps when you're buying your items because I think sometimes there's such a price difference that you're going to get compared to live selling versus like just listing an item on eBay. Like when I buy an item to sell on eBay, I'm not really accounting that I might sell it much lower than I anticipate. Or you know what I mean? Like your margins are a lot different sometimes. And you have to think about that. Like you're going for the quick sale a lot of times when you're live selling. You're selling in bulk or quantity.
Yeah.
It's probably a similar ideology to selling at a flea market. Pretty similar, I would
Mhm.
say, right?
It is.
Yeah, you're giving people room generally, and you're hoping to just move it, not have to inventory it and skew it and hold it for a long time.
Right. And
Oh
the
yeah.
cool thing about it is, so with the contract we signed, it's we only pay 8%. There's no insertion fee. There's nothing else. It's a straight 8%. So I make 92 cents on every dollar, which is a lot easier than listing that item. Well, not only that, my cost of goods are really low, so
Yeah.
I can, if I have to sell something for $1 and just say it just happened, I have to take a loss. It's not much of a loss at all. But most times, if I sell something for $1, I'm making a profit off of it, especially even if I'm only paying 8%.
Yeah.
So,
How do you know how shipping works on eBay Live?
I don't know yet. We're still
Okay.
going. You have to go through a whole class.
Okay.
Watch the video. So I'm not sure how it works, but I've seen others sell like $7.99 and everything after is an extra $1. So I don't know if that's kind of like what Whatnot did in their early stages when everything was like $1 to ship and then, or a certain price and added $1 to it. So I'll figure that out
Yeah.
by the end of this week or early Monday. So
Okay.
sometimes eBay has been kind of dragging their tail on things. We'll do this, and then they got the contract over. Now it's like, let's do everything else. So hopefully Monday.
Well, they're running a pretty legitimate operation over there with contracts. I mean, Whatnot, they'll let anybody sell on Whatnot, right? I
Yeah,
mean,
you don't sign. I don't think you sign.
yeah.
I don't think I ever signed a contract with
No,
Whatnot.
No. So yeah, they're that's why it's probably limited to like 88 people or whatever that was on the other night. I mean, they're not letting any Harry or Sally or Larry
Right.
Moe, any of those people
That's
on.
it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But whatnot, you still had to do like an orientation of it, right? Like, did you guys go through that?
I did. Yeah. It was like a Zoom call with a bunch of other sellers.
Yeah, it's the oddest thing ever. Like, you
No,
don't expect that.
we had a phone when I did it. It was a phone call. We had just one phone call, and that was the end of it. It was like figure it out. But that was, I don't remember what year I was wind up on whatnot. I don't know. It had to be 2019, maybe. It was early on.
I was probably like 4 years ago. It's time sort of stood still a little bit there, but I feel like it was right at the tail end of the pandemic. I don't even know when the pandemic was anymore. But yeah, I don't know if they do. I wonder if they still do that with the. I remember I had to take a video of like the kind of stuff I would sell and then submit that, and then they would approve you to go through the Zoom call process.
Yeah.
But,
well,
Okay.
what I used at that time, they were only looking for like high end people who had a big following on YouTube or and any social platform, and they were looking for people even in their thing like special people with. So my wife, we actually went under the account under my wife's name, and I said she's women in business. A lot of women don't do reselling and this type of business, and really they approved her within 2 days. Called up and
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, I even had to like show my Instagram account to them or something like that too, which like I didn't have even that big of a following back then, so I don't even know how they even let me in. Like that just goes to show how easy it was with whatnot. That they really didn't look at that at all, even though they said they wanted these specific criteria to join whatnot. But
there was a time when it was like that. It was very difficult because everybody I knew they applied and couldn't get in, and I used my wife as a woman thing, and no, really, it worked because they were looking, because it's not a lot of women have at that time, they didn't think they do reselling, and it worked. I mean, it did, and all the other guys I knew was trying to apply for it, they couldn't get in.
Next thing you know, Jay's on there cross dressing.
Yeah.
Oh man.
That's not gonna happen, but
that probably would be a very not cross-dressing, but a very lucrative venture if you just hire like a model to like sell for you. I mean, that probably would do very well. I mean,
it would. I think it would. I mean, a lot of you'd have a lot of male customers.
Yeah. I'm not suggesting that, but I think it would be an interesting business plan.
Oh, great. We're seeing where this is going now. Jay's gonna hire somebody for his eBay.
Well, I already said I'd like to have a young man and a young woman running, kind of, doing a lot of shows because people like a pretty face. They do. And mine's not so pretty.
I don't know. Your face was good enough to be my background today on
that was
Lunchbox,
nice.
So. Mine was yours.
When I logged on, I was very confused. I didn't catch the beginning of it. I'm like, what's going on here? I couldn't understand what I was looking at.
Yeah. I don't know. We were messing with it last time after we were recording live last time, and we just found out that we knew that you could do a background, but I thought it was just like Riverside type backgrounds, and when I realized that you could add any photo. I'm like, okay, this is we're gonna have fun with this. So every week you got to tune in to see what
what the background is.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I thought, what I thought for a minute there, I thought it was like you had those giant cutouts that you'll see in the stadium, like a Patrick Mahomes giant head. I'm like, why do these guys have giant head cutouts of each other? But that was not the case.
Well, there we go. That's an idea though too.
That's a good one. I mean,
yeah. When because the reseller rally, Jay's not going to make it. I'm just going to bring a cardboard cutout of Jay.
Oh yeah. How about the Route 40 meetup? You gonna get to that one? That's probably not super far from you guys. The beginning of it, right?
Oh no, Route 40
Yeah.
is not too
No.
far away from us at all.
Yeah.
Nope, not one bit. But I'm still surprised because that it goes down all the way to Annapolis, and yeah, like Route 40 is really not far from us at all. But I don't remember like hearing anything really big about it around here. So maybe it's not even as relevant around here compared to like around where we're heading. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll see. Yeah.
Yeah, because Route 40 kind of, we jump on Route 40. I mean, it's the mileage that it would take to get to some type of, home is ridiculous. I'm just going through it in my head. Yeah.
I think we're going to meet up somewhere in like central, like a Pittsburgh area, right? Or somewhere. I forget the city Jimmy talked about.
Yeah, I think I don't know. You want to say? I know what town it is. You want me to say it?
Yeah, I don't even know. So it's up to you. Your call.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure you said Uniontown.
Uniontown. Okay.
Uniontown, I guess, or I don't know.
Yeah.
Or
Jimmy
around
will
there
still
or
be
something.
Jimmy will still be up at the meetup, even though he did leave the podcast. He's still running at the meetup. He will be back. Well, I don't know if I broke that news too quick, but it's a temporary thing. Right. So don't worry.
Are you sure? I mean, it might not be. We'll see.
We never know. You never know. Right. We did have a comment last week from Shadow and Time. He was asking if we can explain how we ship cards. He was pretty concerned about like the mail readers, the automated machinery damaging cards when they're going through rollers. So, and I've actually changed what I did. I initially shipped how you did. I know I watched your videos and you would fold the paper up over top of it, put it in an envelope. Yeah. And I would do that. And then I would put that envelope inside these guys, which are, they're shell mailers, they're called. And they're like they're not super rigid, but they get a little give to them, but they're a little more rigid than a regular envelope. Yeah. But I sold like 200 cards in the other eBay store, and I've had like 5 packages since I started in 2 months go missing. And I don't know, you seem to think that was a high ratio of stuff that was getting lost.
Yeah.
Or you haven't figured that you haven't encountered that kind of number.
No, I mean, I haven't really had any issues with that. I mean, unless people just aren't reporting it, because I mean that's the thing too. But I'm sure people are going to report it. I don't know. I mean, there's been times where it doesn't show as delivered.
Yeah.
But nobody says anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. So these are people that are reaching out to me like I haven't received my item situation, which not a big deal. They're low end cards, but still, I mean, I want to make sure they're getting their stuff.
Well, what I'm saying is too, because of that, like they might know the play at that, like because they don't always get delivery scans.
Okay.
These just don't. And so they might know that. And then they did get it. And then they're just going to you to try to get a refund.
Yeah, that sucks.
So, but in that case, it's still like important to show, well, you have to have them open up a case and then you can use that like to submit a case that it didn't get delivered for the insurance, and you should have no problem, as long as they open up a case.
Okay. I have 5 cases to work on then. It might not be worth it for the low dollar cards. I might just make that a wash and move on.
Well, I mean, if you do them like maybe it doesn't take long. It really doesn't.
Okay.
Actually, the process is a lot easier than if you were to submit a case on a USPS website, because it's not even through the USPS website. It's a whole nother company that deals with it. So it's I forget what they're called, but they're pretty good at it. Like they're pretty quick. I've only had to do it a couple times.
Okay.
So
I'll work on it. But what I changed, I thought maybe because I was doing the paper wrapped around the top loader inside this, I would always insert them in the thing I picked up from Dave's Kitchen Market. It measures to make sure the envelope is not too thick. Even though they're not too thick, I thought maybe they're seeing they seem thick and they're like, they're getting like flagged by the post office. So I stopped doing the paper wrap and just put the top loader in here. I don't know if that's
how many pieces of paper do you do? Just one?
Just one.
Yeah, because it's crazy. I used to do 3, and I'm
Oh,
like,
wow.
what am I doing using 3
Wow.
pieces of paper? And now, so then I switched to 1, but I do you do a top loader?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, because you're technically not even supposed to use top loaders, I think. At least that's
Yeah.
what originally.
Well, as long as it fits in that what is it, a quarter inch?
Mm-hmm.
I believe
Yeah.
it. You're supposed to have a thickness of a quarter inch. You could use a top loader.
Yeah, but they're saying it has to be machinable or whatever. Like, and they think the top loaders aren't machinable.
Mm. I've sold a lot of cards under the $20 mark, and I've never had a problem. Not
Oh,
one.
wow. Yeah, I gotta. That's why I changed what I'm doing. Maybe it was an issue, but so that's how I ship them. Or if it's over $20, I buy these little cardboard flats and in a bubble
Mm-hmm.
mailer, and that's what I do for the stuff that's a little bit more than 20.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I think I don't know. I think there's a lot of factors why like cards might get damaged. In the mail. Any item's could get damaged.
Yeah.
I could ship something the most perfect way ever. Doesn't matter. It's USPS just poorly handles stuff sometimes, and that's kind of how it goes. But
yeah,
I think as long as the buyer sees that you're trying to protect the card, I think a lot of people like me using a paper. And what I used to do was actually like a real standard envelope, like what is it, like a 10x4 or something like that, around that size or something, I think.
You mean like
And
the
now
one
I
you get a
just,
bill in?
yeah,
That kind of thing?
yeah.
Okay.
So I used to use those, and then I didn't even have to fold the paper anymore. Like it would be the same length as a regular piece of copy paper up there. So I would
Okay.
just fold it out like over the card, and I could just put it right in there. But now when I do it, because obviously this card is smaller, so I actually do a fold over now to fit into it's almost like I guess a greeting card envelope.
Okay.
And I think that actually, even me folding that over, actually gives a little extra support than what it used to also.
Yeah. So I used to do something very similar. I'm going to see if maybe I get less stuff lost, or I might get complaints since there's no paper wrapping around it. We'll see. But if it's in a top loader and that kind of mailer, it should be okay, I would think.
Yeah. I've sent stuff not even in top loader, because I've had like some oddball like size cards, and I don't even have I don't have anything like top loaders for that. And I just put in like a small plastic bag or sleeve type thing, and maybe that's when I might use the extra sheet of paper. But I've had no complaints even with that.
Oh, nice.
So,
Nice.
I don't know. Yeah.
I had an interesting message today. I listed a bunch of cards and I used Photo Room, and I put them through List Easier on Photo Room. And one was like an acetate Chipper Jones card. So it's like a see-through card. And I didn't really look at the AI that well when I listed it. Just let it do its thing. And I had a message. I think your AI picked up stuff in your background. It said like Chipper Jones Back to the Future insert. And it picked up the Back to the Future wax back in the background. So it created a whole new insert card. And I'm like, so it was a pretty funny. The person was like laughing at it. Yeah, 101.
It's a 101.
So I had to fix that.
Yeah. That's the thing about these AI listing tools. They can be good, but I constantly have to just go back and look at everything to make sure and review it, because it's just sometimes they'll put the wrong team in there, or they won't even, like with the sports cars, they won't. Sometimes I don't even understand it with List Agent now. List Easier, they don't do this, but I don't think that, not that I've heard you say anything about it, but do you ever have an issue where they put the player's position in there, or just info that wouldn't be really relevant to cards?
Not really. I think I've seen that a couple times, but not much. I know you mentioned that. It does seem odd. Nobody's searching for a right fielder on.
Yeah,
right.
oh, here it's a pitcher.
Yeah.
Yeah, collect nothing but right field.
Well, I guess I mean, if I have the word picture in there, does it start to like pop up when somebody's selling a pitcher of iced tea or something?
Yeah, it might be. It never hurts. I mean, if you have the room, I probably would throw right fielder or pitcher in there if you had extra characters, but
Yeah.
not in the place of a team name or something, right?
No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
But Jay, you also you mentioned to me that you're so you're getting a spot at the flea market, like
Yep.
another spot.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Well, I'm going the inside, so I'll always say, inside's where you go to die. Booths are where you go to die, and it really is. Through my experience, I don't know about everywhere else, but I've been doing the flea market for 30 years, maybe even more, and it's where you go to die. But I'm going to take the best spot. This is a premium A1 spot in the flea market. It's $1,000 a month, which I don't care. $250 a weekend. And what we're going to plan on doing is taking some of our overflow that are more cheaper products. We're going to shove them in Amazon boxes, and we'll sell everything $2 a piece, 3 for $5.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and I think we'll get the customer base from it, and things that we have left over from the outside from that day, we'll shove it into those boxes in the inside, and the next day they can buy it for $2 a piece, 3 for $5. And I think it's gonna bring people.
It must be a big space for that price, I'm assuming, right? What kind of
It's I believe it's 26 by close to 30. I think it is 26 by 30. Yeah.
Yeah, because I have 2 spots indoors that I split with my buddy in Renegers in Adamstown, PA, and I agree with that's where it goes to die, because I basically use those for storage. They're like glorified storage units. It's a disaster in my booths there, but yeah, I think your ideology where you're almost doing like an every 5 and below kind of store booth.
Yeah.
That's people will dig when they know it's all the same price. They're going to look for deals.
Yeah, and it's easier for the person working it too. You get one thing, $2, 2 things, another $2. You get 3 things, all $5. I'm going to run a cash register. Not going to do hand-to-hand money. We'll do the cash register thing. So it's easier. I know how much sales are going to come through. I know how much people are winding up buying. I mean, I don't know the exact things they're buying only by going through the boxes. So I understand how the customers are going to be moving around and what they buy and how they're going to buy it at one time. So I could figure out what the place, but also in that, I want to make sure when the customer goes in that every single spot they look at, it's filled with merchandise. So there's like pegboard and slat wall. We're going to do bags of stuff. So things that aren't worth a ton of money that it doesn't matter. I haven't sold before, like happy birthday banners and I don't know, maybe some balloons or something. Put them in a bag, $2 a piece. And then there's shelving, and in there, we're going to have a bunch of DVDs and Blu-rays automatically. We're going to pull out the good stuff. If there's anything higher than $10 or whatever, we'll probably sell somewhere else. But we're going to shelve that with whatever we can find, books or just merchandise we can sell. But I want the customer, everywhere that customer looks, I want it to see a piece of merchandise. So,
yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Now, are you gonna also stay setting up outside too? Because I know you set up outside at that.
Oh yeah, we're gonna stay set them outside too. I can't miss that. The outside is like that's where we originally came. So I mean, we have a built-in customer base that comes and sees us every week, and they know what we're about. They know what we have, and it's new stuff every single week. And I think that's part of the real game, to have new stuff every single week.
Yeah.
But if you have collectibles and stuff, I mean, it's not like you're going to move out 1,000 pieces and put 1,000 pieces of new collectibles. That's something different, But these are like goods that people can use every day in their house, like can openers or toilet paper, or brand new clothes, or kids' toys, or it's just a big mix of whatever you could think of. That's what we have.
Is that I set up at a flea market the Sunday before last, and I'm setting up this upcoming weekend as well. Do you get there in like the dark? Is that how like setup is? The pretty early morning crew there?
Yeah, it's pretty much. There's some people that get there 3 o'clock in the morning, and
okay,
there's some, so we have a permanent spot, so we can get there like 5:30, 6 o'clock, and
Okay.
be able to set up from there. So yeah,
Nice. That's when I
Yeah.
got to mine at 5, and people were setting up my booth for me because I have a spot inside here, but I never set up outside, and there was like a feeding frenzy of like the fresh meat on the market, right? And they were basically setting up my booth for me. I'll put the table, the tote on the table. They were just dispersing it everywhere. It's pretty nice.
that's what they do. Yeah, when they went, so we used to do the $2 piece 3 for $5 on the outside, and they would grab the boxes. We already knew what they were. Now when we do outside now, we switch to higher price goods. So there might be something in those boxes we're selling for $50, and some things
Yeah.
might be 5. So I like to disperse the boxes myself so I can see what's going on. At the
Makes
$2
sense.
piece 3 for $5, it was good. They'll pull the boxes out, set them on the tables for you, and I loved it because everything was just one equal price. But now it's a little different. Sometimes we'll have mattresses, we'll have bikes and bed frames and air fryers, and you just never know. So
Yeah. It's something, a pretty eclectic booth there with collectibles and a mattress and a little bit of everything. It sounds
but it's all brand new. Everything I sell is all brand new. It's nothing's.
Well, that's why people shop you. They don't never know what's going to pop out of your truck or your van or whatever you're bringing, right?
Yep.
And it's like you said, like before, it's a lot of stuff that people need. It's not just a want. Like, a collectible is something that they don't have to get it this week. They don't have to get it next week. They don't even have to get it this year. But like, say if you got a mattress out there, and they're getting a new home, or they're moving and they want to get a new mattress. It's a need, not a or
Right.
whatever. Like, there's a lot of things I've seen. You've had vitamins, or you've had just some like socks, or when you do the clothing, like this stuff that people need.
Yeah. I love clothing too. I love actually the undergarments, the underwear, the wife beater shirts, the sleeveless shirts, the undershirts, the bras. I mean, I've sold $1,000 just in underwear and on a Saturday. So
Oh, wow.
yeah, I'll take it. I love it. Yeah.
That's something I don't think I would ever find myself saying, is that I sold $1,000 worth of underwear.
Yeah. It's a lot of underwear, I bet.
That's a lot of underwear. Well, we sell boxers $2 a piece. Bras we sell at $4 a piece. The undershirts we sell at $2 a piece, and socks, it just matters. They're usually 2 for $1. 2 pairs for $1, or it matters what socks they are. Some are more expensive than others. So
yeah.
I actually bought, it's funny because I actually did buy some boxers off you not that long ago.
Yeah, I mean,
when you need them, you need them.
You need them. You need them. I get a lot of blow up mattresses. I tell you, the ones in the boxes. What are the Intex, and they have the automatic pumps in them, queen size, full size. And I don't like messing with them. And most all of them are just good. Just some are returns because people may use them one time, or sometimes people get them and just never use them. So I sell them for $20. It doesn't matter what they are, because I just like to get rid of them. Any big furniture, I don't feel like holding it, messing around with it, and lugging it back and forth. Just get it and get it gone. Yeah.
Yep.
Do you sell that stuff on Facebook Marketplace, or is it all flea market?
Most all flea. We'll do some Facebook Marketplace stuff. But a lot of times when we do pick up the loads, we like to have, when we pick it up, say like a Friday or Thursday, we'll keep it in our van and then move it in that Saturday. So we don't have any time to pull it out. Facebook Marketplace, we'll sell most of it, at the flea market. So it's not like we're bringing back a ton of stuff all the time. So
that's nice. Yeah. That's nice not to bring it back. And your business model sounds to me like it's pretty economy safe. Whatever's going on in the world. I mean, if you have selling people stuff that people need, like I have nothing anybody needs for sale. I mean, so that would hurt, and if times were tough. But if you're selling collectibles and like household staples, you're pretty insulated. I feel like against any kind of.
Yeah, that's what I feel. I'm pretty insulated. Yeah. It's things could take a turn, but people still need my stuff. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and you have enough inventory to last you with 400,000 items.
I do. Well, you've been over there at one point in time. Yeah, it's a ton of stuff. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
No.
yeah.
So this is not your warehouse. I see all this tote mountain
No,
behind you. That's not okay.
this is just my basement. I have other storage units too, filled to the
Yeah.
brim, but most of those are just all collectibles in those storage units.
Okay.
From video games to sports cards to I have some sports memorabilia. I never really did a lot of sports memorabilia stuff, but a lot of pop culture items, a lot of toys. That's what I mostly did. But,
Okay, nice. Yeah,
yeah.
you got a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I showed Ray and Jimmy photos. Moved out of my. I had a big warehouse, probably like 4,000 square feet, but I shrunk it down to like 1,200 square feet,
Mhm.
and I got rid of the rest. And I took out like 7 van loads of stuff to auctions, just dumping them at auctions. So I would like text them images of the stuff I was bringing out, but I don't think I ever had as much as you did. It sounds like based on your situation.
Yeah, I can now hardly walk through this place. I've got
Oh, wow.
just a thin. I can walk sideways. Now I'm a little bigger guy. I can walk sideways through it, and that's all the space I really have. But
Yeah, but it was. What are you talking about? It's been like that for as long as I can remember. Because I mean, what I was there probably. It's been probably about a year or something. But
yeah,
I remember I could barely walk. You can open the door and that's all you got.
yeah,
You can't go any further without having to move something.
yeah. But it's a constant turn. I mean, there's a lot of it's been sitting there for a minute. They just haven't got to it because the more we get in, and then it gets moved, and then we use it and sell it, and then we get more, and then sometimes we'll have to move another load back, and then
So you rotate it. You rotate your stuff.
Never be able to touch the stuff. But then we get like say Halloween come in. Halloween we picked up Halloween like $40,000 of merchandise. It cost us absolutely nothing. Didn't cost us a dime, but to
Wow.
go to pick it up and then bring it back and then store it. So we have storage in Halloween, but when September rolls around, we'll go through every piece of Halloween we have. That's what we did last year. So every piece of Halloween we had was gone. And we got like blow molds and blow up anything you could think of Halloween, all brand new.
So I don't want to give away any of your secrets there, but who are you working with to get that kind of deal? I mean,
I'll
you don't have to answer that.
I'll tell you the story how I started. So I answered a Facebook Marketplace ad. Somebody they had some Amazon boxes. They said, build your own box for $20. And take it out of the box. So I got there and I'm like, wow, I'm like, they got all this stuff. And she was like, you're the only person that ever came. I was like, really? She's like, oh, I got way more boxes than this. Found out she sold me these brand new Amazon boxes, never opened, $5 a piece. I bought hundreds of them and hundreds. So I wound up getting in the place, storage lockers. So I had to, because I was buying all these things. And then we just kept buying every week, buying and buying. And they would get a tractor trailer in because it was somebody who had a nonprofit organization. And when you have a nonprofit organization, apparently these are what you call golden eggs, because you can use websites where you get brand new stuff from Amazon. It's donated to them. They're mystery box. They're just pulled. They're just all the pulls. So every mystery box you buy, it's all donated. Most of all that stuff has been donated because they got to get it out of the warehouse and they don't have nowhere to put it. So they slap it in mystery boxes. And those people, you can order, like now to this day, I can order. I have to pay more than I used to make because I don't get as much Amazon as I used to. It's like $400 a pallet, but it's like 25 boxes per pallet. And I can order like pallets of Adidas shoes, Nike shoes, clothing. But I got started by meeting them off of Facebook Marketplace. And I've been working with a lady. It's a woman. I've been working with her for the past 5 years or so doing the same thing.
Oh, wow. That's a great connection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll never give her name up, and I'll never.
Oh, yeah.
No.
That's why I was hesitant to ask that, but I knew you were not going to give any kind of phone numbers out or anything, but that's pretty cool. Pretty cool connection. Yeah. That's awesome.
But just imagine, you just never know. If you see something, you get an inclination, go for it. Because I just thought I was buying a few boxes mixed up with some Amazon, never knowing it would turn out to be like this.
Oh yeah, and that's all the networking, whether it's on Facebook Marketplace or even not really eBay, because you can't talk about things off of eBay on eBay, but like at flea markets, making those connections, you never know where that'll lead to.
Yeah.
Giant buys.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Like I made a buy this morning, and my first question was after I bought the stuff from them, like, hey, what else do you have? You know
Oh
what
yeah.
I mean? Like I'm trying to do some digging. I want to see if I can make that connection and get more stuff. I mean, because you don't know. Sometimes if you make the right connection, you have somebody that's going to continually bring you new inventory, like for years. And
Oh yeah.
that's what you want. Less work. It's the best.
Oh yeah.
I looked at what her problem was. She wasn't able to sell the stuff. She was running a nonprofit and taking the stuff she needed for her profit, for her events or whatever she calls them, events. And she couldn't get rid of the stuff because it was just she had a contract with Amazon at the point where she had to take so much things.
Oh,
So she couldn't get rid of it and didn't know how to.
Mm-hmm.
And I just happened to be there, and I'm like, well, I can get rid of the stuff and I'll do it. And that from starting to buy those things, last 5 years, I've made over $500,000 from her more. I can't tell you how much I've made.
Yeah.
But
that's awesome. It's a win-win, right? She was probably stressed accumulating all this stuff she couldn't do anything with, and
yep.
And even a bigger win for you. Yeah.
Absolutely. That's pretty good. I forgot to tell you, Jay, so I don't know if you have one, but does anybody else have a buy of the week?
I do. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if Jay does. You don't have to if you
He's
don't.
probably got one. He's probably got
How
one.
about that? How about that giant bottle? Because that fits with Ray's drinking glass last week.
I have. Yeah, I've got one buy of the week. I'll do it.
Okay.
I'll show it to you. Actually, I have them right next to me.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
Or in front of me. Here, I guess I'll show it off.
It's so interesting seeing his camera move when he's moving around and bobbing and weaving. And
it's a box. Well, I've sold some already, but I just put on a couple days, 2 days ago. But Birkenstocks, boxes, brand new Birkenstocks shoes, and they go for like $89 a piece, and we got them for like $2 a pop. This one's used though, but it still goes for like $50 some dollars.
Wow.
And and let's see, like, these ones are cool. These are champagne cream Birkenstocks.
What size are that? Because I'm thinking Dan DeMann might like that.
These are men's.
Oh.
There's ladies 8, men's 6.
Oh, what is it? Women's 10.5. Is that what it is?
Yeah, he's like 10 or something like. Yeah. I was totally gonna mention Dan. Sorry. Dan.
And here's some
Apologize,
Nikes.
Dan.
A pair of Nikes along with it. So yeah, that's awesome. That's a little buy. $10. Yeah, $10-12. So.
And for people, before we started recording, Jay got up to get something, and he had this bottle sitting on his desk, and it looked like it was a full bottle of vodka. And then when he came back, he held it up. It looked like it was a real regular bottle on the camera. It was right. Wasn't that an optical illusion, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Kind of like my water bottle last week.
Yeah. So we sure recording during that because it was such an optical illusion.
That's a big old bottle, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh man. All right. I guess I'll go. So this morning I went out and I hardly ever buy on Facebook Marketplace anymore. But I seen this last night. I actually messaged you, Keith, last night to try to find Thompson Worth Point on this. But I actually am getting 2 hats because they had one more. So I'll show the one that I had. This one. I picked up this vintage Washington Redskins hat. So this one was actually only $5.
Nice.
But so which I mean, I feel like I see this style all the time.
I think it's an AJD, right? Like Lucky Stripe.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I always see this style. But this is what caught my eye, and he actually had this for 20, but it just seems so interesting, and we couldn't find like any real comps like on it. But it's a Washington Redskins Fred Flintstone
That's
on
dope.
there,
Is it
and
wool?
then
It looks like it's wool.
let me see, it might be. It is 30% wool.
Okay.
Yep, but and then on the back it says Bedrock Redskins. So it's not the Washington
There
Redskins,
you
it's the Bedrock Redskins. It's interesting. So he sold for $20, and it's really clean, like really clean on the inside. Like he
Yeah.
said that I think it was his father-in-law kept these hats in cases, like hat cases, never even worn them or anything, and it's still got this sticker. Which when I seen this, I'm like, okay, so this hat's probably not even that old, but because it has a barcode, but I don't. It said 1999, so I don't know. Technically, I guess I paid retail.
Yeah.
But no, there's in other teams of this hat, this style, like this type of hat with the Flintstones. I think they're pretty good. So that's
Yeah.
that was neat.
That's a nice find. Yeah, vintage like hats that have Looney Tunes or Flintstones, that stuff kills. And as we were talking on Instagram, Ray, I found that he sent me a Worth Point listing for that, and I found the price. And that's the one thing with Worth Point when you have like these kind of markets where like vintage clothing took off in the last 5 years. That hat, the price that it sold for in 2013, I think it was, right?
Yeah, correct.
Was not totally irrelevant to what that hat's worth now. Right?
Well,
Probably,
I mean, between I think like the vintage market taking off from that, since then, but also with it no longer being the Redskins, I
yeah,
think
that helped
factors
too.
into it a lot too, because I mean, helmets and all that are Redskins, just like mini helmets I can sell for like $100 or more, which used to be around $30. So
Yeah,
I think that, I'm saying ones without autographs or anything on them, just a standard mini helmet.
that's crazy.
So yeah, I mean the market on that stuff, and I mean there's a lot of there's diehard fans in DC that still refuse to call them anything but the Washington Redskins. So
Yeah, that makes sense.
yeah.
And on the other side of it, I the collection I bought, the guy was the world's biggest Howdy Doody collector. That market, it was probably at its peak like 20 years ago, and that is like, whoosh. I mean, they're probably most Howdy Doody collectors are not around anymore. So that, the opposite side of the spectrum.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. My find of the week, I bought like a group of sets of these, and this is a 1982 Donkey Kong card set, but it has this is considered Mario's rookie card here, and people actually grade these. They bring pretty crazy money at a 10. A couple of these I might send off for grading, but I have a couple more in the other room. But there were complete sets I broke up, and because this card was worth more than I paid for the whole set, and then I'll either sell them raw or get a couple of them graded.
What sets are they out of?
It's Donkey Kong, 1982 Nintendo.
Oh, it's the Donkey Kong. Okay.
Donkey Kong set. Yeah. Okay. Mario's in a lot of those cards, but I think this is the one that people want the most, the Jumpman.
Yeah.
Jumpman Mario card.
Yeah, that was his original name, Jumpman.
Was it? I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Huh.
I thought it was a cool nickname. All right, very cool. Yeah.
I seen a reel recently, I think of some collectible shop. Somebody came up with nothing but like Super Mario cards that were all graded, and like they just had a whole stack of them. They wanted to buy every single one, and I think they ended up on like $600 or $700 for all of them. They're this big stack, and so they're definitely sought after. And I never even really knew about them until probably recently when I've been starting to look at different sealed packs to keep an eye out for.
Yeah. I have a bunch of packs of that, and I never really thought about them as having a ton of value, but I think Gary V made a post or somebody interviewed him and he was asking what cards could you see take off that are vintage and non-sport. And he mentioned that set particularly in the Mario. And I don't know if they took off because of that, but they probably already had some value, especially graded, but that definitely helped, I think. So.
Oh yeah. Well, plus, I mean, you got to think now more than ever, I think is beyond just the games, the video games. I mean, you think now what they're doing a second movie They're getting ready to come out with, and I know they've talked about doing a Donkey Kong movie. So I mean, it's more than just the game anymore, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. The comic books went up too. The number one, they're made by Valiant. So the first issue Mario, first issue Zelda, they're really, from 7 years ago to now. I mean, they went up exponentially. So they're really hard to come by.
Wow. I didn't even know there was a Mario comic book.
Yep.
I have to check that out.
Yeah. I mean, it's always the I think with comics, I'm always intrigued by the oddball stuff, like, the stuff you don't see too often. And I'm sure, like, yeah, I never even knew about, those comics, but I think of like different cartoons that I even grew up with, that they made comics that I mean, when I was younger, I didn't even really know about, but or even when I was in high school and I would watch Futurama. Like Futurama stuff went off like crazy. And there, I was trying to look for their comic books, and it didn't even matter. Like, even just like a basic comic book, most of them were pretty big money, way more than I was really even willing to pay to get autographed. But
yeah, Futurama stuff's pretty high. But yeah, you're right, Mario. So that really transcends everything. They use that, and they put it on everything. I think I was looking at over here. There's some Dixie cups. I have a box of Dixie cup Mario with the dispenser. I thought that was cool. I had it in my collection one time, and I'm planning on selling it, but it's sitting there now just to look at.
because I think you were listing them one day on Lunchbox.
Yeah, on Lunchbox. Let me pull that out real quick. It's right here.
Yeah, they're really neat. Like, you wouldn't think it's just Dixie cups. I mean,
yeah, it's just Dixie cups, but
that's cool.
Yeah, that is really awesome. I mean, I thought that was a cool thing, and I have the dispenser inside here. But yeah, that's awesome.
We pulled some Dixie cup boxes like that out from Star Wars related ones out of the basement. I think we already sold them, but
oh yeah, I seen those Star Wars. What you have? It was the Star Wars posters. Were they Colgate or hold on? What was?
Yeah, they were like Dawn dish soap, I think,
Dawn
that kind of thing. Yeah.
What did they go? I'm like, wow, I've never seen those before.
We probably sold them too cheap. We sold them at a show we were at. I think we sold them for like $200 for the box, but the person bought other stuff at the same time.
Yeah,
I think that's what it was. But probably, I don't think I ever researched them, to be honest. That was a problem. We just brought so much stuff and we didn't like comp it out. We're just trying to blow through stuff.
Man, I'd have definitely been at a buyer at $200.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it was a great buy. Yeah. I could be wrong on that price too. I don't remember exactly, but it was something like that.
That's cool though. Yeah. I mean, you had all kinds of stuff you were getting from that basement buy that was just, I feel like it was unbelievable. Every time I'd see a reel pop on. I mean,
there's actually one just dropped an hour ago that I put out.
Okay.
I'm starting to go through that old footage because my phone filled up. I have like 500 videos in this phone of like nothing but like boxes I was going through that basement, and I never made videos on most of it.
What is Jay's screech? He's like, zooming in and zooming out.
I don't know how to stop that, from happening. I was going to say, I love those reels. I love when you go down and get those boxes out of that basement.
Thank you.
You just never know what you're going to find, and I love stuff like that. I really do.
It was fun. That's why I love those kind of buys in general, because every box is its own adventure, right?
It is.
We have a lot of. I'm taking stuff to the flea market. A lot of that basement stuff is either in our indoor booth at Renegers, or I have a storage unit that's packed. I'm going to just grab a bunch of random boxes out of there tomorrow and pick that to the flea market Sunday. So could be some treasures in there. We didn't really go through that stuff very well.
Yeah.
The challenge is pricing it on the fly, right? When we haven't gone through it and somebody pulls out something and like,
how much is this?
Yeah.
Right.
Try to quick comp it out.
I think that's part of the reason I have a death pile, because I'm afraid that I'm going to give up something that was worth something.
Yeah. It's always a fear, but for me, cash, even if there's money left to be had, maybe that person will buy from me down the road. If as long as it's not like a $10,000 piece, if they make a couple $100 on it, that's fine. But
you know what I usually say when I don't know the price of something and somebody pulls it out, I'm like, you know what? Let me look this up because I don't want to overcharge you for it.
I like it.
And that's what I use.
That's smart.
Yeah.
I'm going to use that Sunday.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, that's great. I said, I could charge you $10 and it could be worth, only worth $1. And I don't want to do that to you.
Yeah.
I make it, like I'm helping them out, but I really want to know how much this thing's worth.
Yeah, I love the psychology of that.
Meanwhile, while it was in their hands, it was $5, but now it jumps up to 500.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I try not to comp things out when I'm selling, but you have to at times, right? And it's just, as a buyer, I know we all hate that when you ask how much, and like, let me look that up. But then if they give you a really good price on it, if they know what it's worth and they give you as 30, 40%, then it's still all good. But but at times you want to be educated.
Oh yeah.
Sure.
With what you have.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's like one of those things that, because if you don't have stuff priced, as a buyer, you see it as an advantage. Like, okay, this person doesn't even know what they have, and they're like, you kind of want to look more. But the thing is, like, when everything is priced, like, what if, like, say if you have price stickers on everything, it might be, you might have some stuff priced too high or more than what they, they're just going to walk away almost immediately.
Deter them right away.
Yeah.
It's funny. The guy with the basement, I set up with him at a bunch of shows at the National, and he was pretty disorganized, which is probably not surprising seeing the basement, right? But he would have, like, his stuff was not presented great, and you would see people digging through these boxes and look like trash, but it wasn't. But they'd be digging through, pull out this little thing in the bottom. How much is this? $1,200. So, like, people were expecting like an awesome deal. They were digging and they get to the bottom and like, it was not a great deal. That's why I got the whole basement, because his prices were not super cheap. Yeah.
You made out. That's right.
Yeah.
I mean, that is a pretty bad feeling when you dug through to the bottom of a box or something like that, and you're like, oh, maybe you'll sell this to me for like $1 or $2, because it was like, you know what I mean? Like, it was sitting there all the way at the bottom. I had to do the work of finding it, and then they're like, oh no, that's $300.
Absolutely. Yeah. I can understand the frustration for sure.
Yeah.
I remember one show, the big Celtics fan who's like a commentator, Bill, I forget, blanking on his name, but he had an ESPN show for a long time. He had a talk show on ESPN.
I don't know.
Whatever his name, Bill something. Bill Simmons.
Okay.
Bill Simmons. He would used to walk around the National, and they would film, and they would do stuff, buying stuff, and probably early YouTube style videos. And they came to our booth one time that I was splitting with the guy, and they found this like cool stand-up sign. It was a Larry Bird or something, but it had a price sticker on it, probably from like Toys R Us or wherever it was back in 1980. It was like $2.50. And they're like, I'll take it for $2.50. And he went off on the guy. He went off on him, not knowing, he probably didn't care, but he was filmed. It's probably still on ESPN somewhere. Like, you know what we pay for rent in this place? That's not $2.50. I'll have to find that old video, because it was pretty, I was just in the corner like cringing because I could see the camera.
Well, I mean, you go into like Goodwill or a thrift store, they leave somebody's old yard sale prices on there, something like that, or even Dollar Tree's prices, and like, oh, it's $1.25 or $1, but they got it marked for $2.99.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's $1, right?
That's one thing when you're setting up a flea market. If it's this kind of stuff that's been sold before, try to take tags off.
Yeah,
I've had those kind of conversations.
Yeah, but an old Toys R Us one, you don't want to take.
No, dead stock. That's dead stock.
Oh yeah,
right?
Oh, we're gonna go dead stock.
Yeah, it's dead stock.
Dead stock.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh. So I know at one point Ray was talking about, Jay, that you had a flea market TV name that you're working on that you might be filming at the flea market. Is that something you've done or you're planning on doing, or
I think it's something I might plan on doing. I'm really not 100% sure, but it's probably likely. but it gets so busy, and it's like I don't
Yeah.
have time to like pay attention to things, and I just feel like it'll take all my attention away from making the money that day, or
Oh yeah.
dealing with the
Yeah.
customers, or
Yeah,
I have to find a balance. That's the problem.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I mean, I think the interesting thing about if you did that though, and you could kind of be like Craigslist Hunter Pete, right? How he always has people coming in there trying to sell him stuff, or you can even show like I mean he could show him like selling some stuff too, but I think a lot of people like seeing the videos of where people are coming in there trying to sell him, different things, and you every week that I stop by your stand, I'm telling you, people know that Jay buys. Like he doesn't have to have a sign or anything. Like come here, I'll buy your stuff or anything. Like he's been doing this long enough that he'll be sitting there and people are all day and people are just bringing him stuff while he's selling stuff. So, I mean, and he doesn't even have to walk around ever at the flea market.
That's nice.
Yeah, I mean that's good, but I do like to walk around every now and then. It's like I feel like I'm missing out, but I can't do that when they do. They bring me stuff to buy, and I don't ever have to go anything. I don't.
Yeah.
It is. I've made videos like that where I filmed at my flea market 2 weeks ago, and they're challenging videos. The editing that just I had like my camera up on my van and try to get like a bird's eye view, and it's not as simple as like regular yard sale footage or flea market footage when you're shopping. It's definitely more complicated.
Yeah,
but it's cool footage.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, maybe I could just put a camera film where I'm just selling it and taking the money. I mean, maybe that could be something.
I mean, really, if you think about it, because I know you talked about this before too, but even having like a separate table where you buy stuff, right? Set up 2 cameras, set up one where you're selling the stuff. And then when somebody brings stuff that they want you to buy from them, go over to that table, just turn the camera on, and then you have the whole interaction almost right there.
Yeah,
just put it all out on the table, everything. Like, and you can, have almost 2 channels or 2, different types of media put out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell you
that's
the greatest buy I've ever had at the flea market was a guy, he was doing yard selling. It was across the street from the flea market that we were at. His son, the guy worked for Sony and he died, passed away. And the mother was setting all the stuff outside the house. It was video game stuff. I guess he collected. Guy came along. He spent $500 on all the video game stuff. He brought the collection over to me and we was able to make a deal. And I paid $15,000 for it.
Oof.
But it was worth like 70 grand. And then it was 2019, turned it into 2020. Then the stuff went up a little higher. So I'm, even though I paid that much money, I made even more money on the back end because of the raising of COVID-19, raised all the prices up. So,
so that was a lot of, like there were games.
Yeah, it was games,
game
systems. There was rare books in there, strategy guides, and we had stuff like Neo Geo and TurboGrafx 16. Almost a complete Sega Saturn set. Like 3/4 of a Dreamcast set was in there. Yeah, it was a really good buy. It's a really good buy.
That's amazing for everyone involved. The guy who buys it for $500 and makes $14,500 in an hour.
Yeah,
pretty good morning for that dude.
Yeah,
right? And then obviously great for you.
Yeah. Well, it took more than just the morning because I had to go and make sure everything was there. So it was like it was like a week setup.
So
I want to make sure everything was right. But
makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah, that's awesome. Now we can't leave this episode without you talking about the whole goose eggs that are right across the street from the flea market. So how is it? Yeah, because Keith doesn't even know. Like, so that's the nickname of the poop plant around here.
The golden eggs.
The golden eggs. I'm sorry.
Eggs.
They're shaped like giant golden eggs. Like that's what the building or whatever the facility's shaped like.
So there's 2 big, humongous golden egg shaped structures, and it's called the poop plant. Well, you could be at the flea market or at Ray's house. I don't live around the corner. The wafting smell of this poop plant in certain hours of the day. I mean, it's really wow.
I don't even know how you set up there. Like, you're willingly have to stand out there all day.
What almost sometimes, you'll get this like breeze comes through, and it's like, what is that? Is there a horse next to me that just, did its business on the ground? It is terrible. It is. It's that bad.
You see the industrial fans to blow the smell away
Yeah, the
from your
blood
booth.
smell.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
but he's right when he tells you about it. Yeah, it's absolutely horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. One of
Is
the
that like a
worst.
Saturday or Sunday market or both?
Both day,
Both
Saturday.
days?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, they used to try. They tried different days, didn't they, Jay? Like Fridays or something like that before, and they just couldn't get it going.
Yeah, because you could do Thursday and Friday set up outside if you wanted to, because they're open on the other end of the market where they have the Amish. So the Amish come sell Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And you could set up outside, but you don't get as many customers. And the base is only there to check out the Amish and grab some food and go.
Mhm.
They're not spending. Well, I've sat out there and made like $300 in 5 hours, but it's just not. I don't know.
Yeah.
I can do that. And, the thing pulls away. Look.
it's like a cinematic zoom. Like,
Yeah.
It's for dramatics. Like
That would be good for your buying station at the flea market. Just, zooming in on your face. Yeah.
I think I can move and a turn. There you go.
Yeah. Can you believe he just told me he was going to sell it to me for this price? And to have like a wow face.
What?
Zoom in.
Yeah.
No, it won't move.
Oh man. That's good. Now, because I had to bring up the whole poop plant. I know I'm not supposed to talk about it anymore. That's the rule. But since we had a special guest, that the only other guest or person I know that has dealt with that, I guess, experienced that horrible smell.
I might have experienced this once. I'll have to get down there at some point. So it's outside Baltimore somewhere in general.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because my buddy's down there, so I can make a visit.
Yeah. If you ever, because I know you've mentioned before about the Slade card show.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably about 20 minutes from there.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
So I mean, even you could do a whole thing where you can hit both pretty easily. And
I know there was a flea market that Tim told me about that was like real close. Is that the poop plant flea market?
No, that's
Okay.
not. That's another one that's like really right down the street. Like, I mean, you turn left out of the card show and you follow the road like down this tiny bit and you're there. Me and Jay went there last year, and because it had been a while since I had been, and Jay, you, if I remember correctly, you had never even been to that one, right?
I haven't.
Yeah.
Nope.
But there really isn't, like, around that whole area. There used to be another flea market that was really probably one of the best flea markets in the area, and they shut down. And I see this a lot. I think that like a lot of these flea markets, they don't, especially the outdoor ones, they don't last as very long. Or because the property value is worth more, around here than them keeping that whole lot and renting it out to other, people set up every weekend. It just doesn't make sense for them. They rather cash out.
Right.
Oh yeah.
So, because
every time what's the name of the flea market? The poop plant. What's the name of that market?
North Plaza Flea Market.
Okay. It's like a farmer's market too.
Not really. I mean, they have an Amish market there. It's not really a farmer's market, but
okay.
They might have like one. They have like one produce stand.
Yeah, they have one produce stand. But
yeah,
the thing about it is, it's the only flea market in like a certain radius.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Because it's going to take 20 minutes, 25 minutes to get to the other one that we were talking about. That's near the Slade card show, and that one isn't even really that great. So like to have as many vendors as this one does, which I feel like is kind of low compared to what I see a lot of other resellers post these flea markets they go to, whether it's in Florida or, wherever. Like, I feel like this flea market is actually less vendors than some of those. And I'll probably have a better idea how it even compares sometime this year. I want to go to Roots, like when it's, more like a prime time type things. I went like in the fall last year. It wasn't, and it was kind of just a chilly morning. There wasn't as many people set up out there, and I don't know how they differ between a Tuesday and a Saturday, because I went on Tuesday. And then you mentioned Renegers is what you said.
That's where I set up at. I mean, it's certain times of year it's going to be strong for the outdoor market. But if you, I don't know how far Columbus would be for you. That's probably another hour beyond where you'd be going to Roots or Renegers. But that's the one I would try to get to. I mean, it's impressive the size of this place, like 2 football fields maybe. It's massive. Yeah,
that's awesome.
Either selling or buying, to be honest.
Yeah, well, and those ones are what? Are they more of like in just like a field or like a giant like gravel lot or something like that? Like kind of.
Yeah, this is all like, I think it's all gravel, or some might be like asphalt. But yeah, there's two basically big fields, but they're not grass. It's asphalt or gravel.
Because that's the difference between North Plaza. They have it's a building where they have a bunch of vendors inside. But they only recently, in the past 5 years or so, like they started setting up outside on the side parking lot. And so it's all pavement, and like right across the parking lot is a Walmart. So it's kind of just a weird, it's a kind of a weird flea market, because it really especially during the weekend, like it gets so overcrowded that people are literally parking all the way in the Walmart parking lot. It's busy. It's almost, they've kind of outgrown where they are.
But I don't like, where would they else? Where else would they move? That's the problem. It's a killer.
Yeah,
like
there used to be one 5 minutes away from there, like right around the corner.
Directly across from the poop plant.
Yeah.
Directly
we had 2
across from the poop plant.
We used to have 2 poop plant flea markets. But the other one, I think Johns Hopkins bought that lot, and there was nothing really even open in that shopping center except for like an old furniture store, like one of those ones that say they're always going out of business, but they never are, type of deals. And then a Chuck E. Cheese. That's all that was in there.
It's awesome.
But they sold that lot to Johns Hopkins or something like that, and kind of, it's completely changed things.
Well, that's the issue for me. Every flea market I go to, I could go to like 5 or 6 different flea markets, different days of the week, but they're all exactly an hour away. I don't know how that's the case, but everyone is exactly an hour. And a lot of times you're going out to more rural areas. When you're getting into like suburban areas or urban, it's real estate as such. They get a big swath of land, unless they have an occasional one in a college campus that happens. But beyond that, you have to go out to more rural areas for them.
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah. But hopefully, I want to make it out to Renegers or any of the other ones. Like I'm definitely traveling more to PA this year, I think.
Yeah, Roots is good. I don't get to Roots much. I have a buddy who sets up there, and I've bought decent when I've went, but Tuesday mornings are tough. I think Tuesday's the best day, though, I believe, at least from people that I know go every week. But there's every day of the week, there's one in Pennsylvania. If you ever make a trip up, let me know. And there's there's one every day.
Yep, absolutely. But all right.
Well, that's I loved hearing about Jay's way to acquire merchandise, and that's the beauty of there's always opportunities to source, right? I mean,
always.
Yeah. So Pegasus Lounge has to learn something from Jay down there, because that he's got it replenishable. He doesn't have to even pay anything for it this past time.
That's right.
So
yeah, you should have paid more for that stuff, Jay.
Yeah. Why? Like, why? Pegasus is something else, though.
Yeah. So guys, thanks for checking us out. You guys want to talk about your channel, Jay? So obviously the reseller lunchbox. Do you have your own channel on YouTube in addition to that?
Well, I do. It's Big City Flips. I mean, I actually took over our old, channel of Junk Jaw. So there's nothing new in there, but I've actually have a video that I've made. I just need to upload it. Yeah. So it's, we're doing resell lunchbox. I did the 10 most valuable lunchboxes sold in the month of March, and I better get it out now.
Oh,
so.
Yeah, I like it. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Commonwealth Picker style video right there.
Yeah, it's Commonwealth Picker style.
Yeah,
I'm not as big as him, but that's okay. I just
well, it's topical for lunchboxes when you get the reseller lunchbox.
Yeah. That'll be great to talk about every Thursday at noon on Eastern time on YouTube. We do the reseller lunchbox. Me and Jay, Lori, Happy Picker, and Chad, Quirky Picker. So make sure you guys join us. Check us out. We have fun. We just talk, eat lunch, hang out.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I just want to thank you guys too. Jimmy, Keith, and Ray for inviting me on and just have me as a guest. I do
absolutely, man.
Yeah, I had a great time. Thank you.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. Appreciate you coming on. And next week we're gonna have another guest. We're gonna have Harry Humstone coming on. I don't know if you guys watch Harry, but Harry's a funny guy, entertaining. So I'm looking forward to talking to Harry.
Oh yeah, that should be fun.
Yeah,
absolutely.
All right, guys. Yeah, we'll see you next time. Appreciate it. I don't know if Jimmy will be back yet. We don't really know the future of Jimmy, but we'll see. But we'll
we got to check on his contract.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. All right, guys. We'll see you later.
Bye.
Peace.
See ya.